it?
A little bit.
We lost in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, can we start? Can I
What
start?
should I do differently? Should I say something? Okay, no. Just it was just okay.
Can I start? Okay. Ah, thank you so much, Ana Maria.
Oh my gosh, I was so happy to be here. Are you kidding?
Oh, it was so nice. I was like, oh, she's talking at our event. I was like, we've arrived. We have her.
You arrived very well on your own.
no, I don't know about
Absolutely.
that. Thank you so much. So Rachel and I fell in love with you when we watched the interview with your daughter. Well, it was an interview with your daughter, but your daughter
It wasn't meant to be an
arrival.
interview with my daughter.
Right? And I was
Yeah.
always thinking like, oh, you know, when things go wrong, I hope I had the grace and kindness to handle it with such beauty like you did. And that just made us feel like you might be this public figure, but you feel really approachable. And I think today was all about that, about the vulnerability.
Yes.
Tell me your relationship with vulnerability, because I can imagine in your role, you're very much to look gorgeous, to look
To think about my
perfect.
lipstick.
Yeah, exactly. To be professional.
Yeah.
And yet it's the vulnerability often that people connect with. What is your relationship around that? How do you...
Wow, that is such an interesting question and not what I expected you to ask me. But no, but I think you're absolutely right. I think what I've heard today is that the key to the success of parents at work is really in the ability for these parents and coaches to be vulnerable with each other and create this safe space we've been talking about all day. And I think that's just so important on so many levels. Personally, I don't know how not to be that, in the sense that I am who I am, you know, regardless of my professionalism. I even have a hard time covering it up. Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time playing a role of somebody who can't, you know, be honest. And as a journalist, I'll tell you, it's sometimes not an advantage. Sometimes it's a disadvantage as a journalist, because you're supposed to be this very neutral person and, you know, this sort of, you know, blank to an extent, right? You're not supposed to take sides. You're not supposed to judge. You're supposed to just, you know, reveal the information. And sometimes that's challenging for me. And again, I think vulnerability is key on so many levels. I mean, I think it's what makes you authentic. It's what allows you to connect with people, and audiences connect with that.
Yeah.
You know, they recognize that.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about your style, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I
you
was
and
just gonna
Rachel.
say your vulnerability is like your superpower.
Likewise,
Oh,
you know, when you can get up there in front of an audience and admit that, oh, I forgot my line, or I don't know, or what was I supposed to say? You know, it is way okay.
Yeah.
You know, to be human.
Well, we didn't lose anybody along the way. They stayed
No.
with us, right?
To the very end.
Yeah. Oh, it was. My heart is so full.
I'm sure.
And I think it was just, for me, what I wanted to do was show connection, show how we're supporting people so that we can have that connection in the workplace. And I don't know how it is for you, how it was for you, but for me as a new mom, I felt so alone.
Yes. I mean, I was a new mom in a foreign country with a new family, with a new home. And it was very isolating. It was very difficult. Yeah. And being, you know, having my family in the US. So, yeah.
Nobody around, right?
No.
And we just left with our thoughts. And I always remember thinking, I'm not enough at home. I'm not enough at work. And nobody was there around to tell me, hey, actually, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, even my mother, who you know, God rest her soul, you know, it was. Even my mother was trying to support me, but she didn't really work. She was a stay-at-home mom, so she didn't know that balance.
Yeah.
You know, and she couldn't impart any like words of wisdom other than, it's going to be okay, which was also okay because she
And in
approved
this
of my
new
going back to
year, right?
work. Yeah. She was
Yeah.
happy for me to get my life and my
Yeah.
career back on track after
Yeah.
the kids. Yeah.
Oh, no, I love that. Tell me what your takeaways from the conference were today.
Was so interesting for me because as a person who I had my children, so I worked for 3 years while I had my girl. So I don't have a long story with the company, and I don't. You know what? I'm not going to say what I didn't have. Let me talk about what I did have. So my takeaways today were that it's what you said, vulnerability and being able to open up to your employers and to your colleagues is key, and combating that isolation is key for parents. And just that, again, supporting parents is a no-brainer. I can't even believe it's a thing. I mean, I can't believe that we have to have a thing around it,
We have to have a sign.
That we have to a parents at work
Conference.
announcement conference, to talk about being parents at work.
I mean,
it's taken for granted.
It's
Taken for granted.
And I think what really resonated with me was also there's too many people are hiding, right? Too many mothers are hiding because they feel like you're
going to be judged.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so we want to make it a safe space for them. Ana Maria, it's just been such a pleasure to have you here and now to sit down with you at the end.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Appreciate
contributing and for doing the panel so beautifully. It's just been...
Thank you for reaching out.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
like I
the
said,
start
you had
of
me
the
at
beginning, right?
Ana
Did
Maria.
I have you at hello?
You did.
I had her at hello. So the start of many beautiful relationships. Right?
Let's
Yes.
hope. Let's hope.
Cheers.
Let's cheers to that.
Okay.